a difference a day makes.
We are back at Valle de La Luna on day number 2, and as you can see, it's completely different weather today.
This is so lovely. It's like calm, peaceful, beautiful desert. They're just packing the windy sign away that we found yesterday. We had to laugh at them about how good their artwork was.
Yeah, this is the lady who actually drew and wrote that sign. So.
Yeah, and the good thing is we found out last night that we actually have to get our tickets online to come here, so we wouldn't have been able to get in yesterday anyway. We would have had to have quickly got tickets.
Yeah, we've read stories online that people have turned up with no tickets thinking that you can pay cash, and they've been told on the spot to go online and pay for the tickets, which there's no signal here, so it's difficult.
So instead we turned up this morning with our tickets already on our phone, looking all organised. Guys were lovely, scanned our tickets, did the usual, check your temperature, all of that, even though we're going to be outside all day, and off we go explore the park.
So the guy ran through the park with us. We've got a map, we know where to go, where to stop, so let's head in.
Yeah.
It is a glorious morning.
Yeah, we're going to try and squeeze a few extra things in today because obviously we lost yesterday afternoon. So we're going to sadly have to cut a few things out we were planning to do because we really want to do Valle de La Luna. It's like a main site. So
yeah, this is a must see. And after this, we've got quite a long drive over to the next place. Yeah. And last night we were supposed to have an evening tour, which has been deferred to tonight. So we're praying that the weather holds out all day, because every day it's got to about 11:30 and the wind's picked up. We're hoping that's not the case today.
We started as early as we can today. We're here just as they've opened, which is why there's like nobody else here.
Right, quick, let's go before the wind starts.
Yeah.
Just a 5-minute drive into the national park and we've already arrived at our first site. So we parked by the side of the road, there's a little lay-by, and then we're hiking a 20-minute hike up to a panoramic viewpoint. Apparently this is a new route.
Yeah, and it's hiking on sand, so although it's only 20 minutes, it's getting the burn on the legs going.
Yeah, we just stopped to catch our breath before vlogging this bit.
And it's going already. We are also at altitude.
Absolutely.
Which we have been for the past 3 days now, so
we've been getting used to it.
Yeah, we were thinking yesterday after it having to get closed because of the weather that maybe we could extend here, but it's not advised to stay in San Pedro de Atacama for too long, for too many days, because the altitude affects your body. And to be honest, I've never had a nosebleed in my life, but I've been getting daily nosebleeds since we've been here. So cool, I've got that going for me. Great. So we probably should listen to my body and leave when we're supposed to.
Can already see why they call this Valle de La Luna. It definitely feels like the surface of the moon already.
Yeah.
And the wind yesterday has blown like a fresh layer of sand across all the surfaces, so it's getting the traction underfoot is tricky.
But that's the benefit, it looks extra beautiful. Well, we're going to say it does anyway.
Let's get to this viewpoint.
Wow. Wow, so we've just made it to our first viewpoint in Valle de La Luna and it did not disappoint. This is incredible. From the wind yesterday you got this fresh layer of sand and look how perfect that line comes to a point and goes all the way across. It's incredible. It really does look like the surface of the moon.
Looking across this unique landscape, it's hard to believe that the Valle de La Luna was once a mountain. The valley formed 22 million years ago due to erosion by wind, which, if you saw our last video of the Atacama Desert, it's easy to believe how. This valley belongs to the Los Flamencos National Reserve and is named after its lunar-like landforms. This salt valley is the closest resemblance to the surface of the moon that can be found anywhere on Earth. But more than that, the Atacama Desert is the driest place on our planet. and as such, without humidity, this valley has no life, making it the most inhospitable place on Earth.
Just come from walking down that sand dune there. My boots are filled with sand now, but look at the valley along here. So this is the road we're about to drive down. We're going to go collect the car and drive this way. This place is just really cool. It's just cool being here, and it's so quiet and peaceful. There's a few other tourists that have just turned up, and even when we were halfway up there, you could hear their voices quietly because everything's just so still and quiet today. Long may that continue. Please.
We're Craig and Kirsty, a couple who have been on the road for the past 3 years sharing our adventures around the world. Right now we're making our way through South America and exploring everything it has to offer. If you enjoy seeing new places and real experiences, please subscribe and welcome to the adventures of Tide Knot Travellers.
So site number 2 we've come to is the Victoria Salt Mine, and when you're walking around here you can see like cool machinery and stuff. We thought we were actually going to go in a cave, but I think it's just kind of the area, and we are noticing as we're walking around lots of twinkly sparkles. And that's because we're seeing these little crystals of gem salt here, and they are formed by the effects of the high pressure and the absence of humidity, which I can believe up here there is some high pressure. But they look so pretty. I was just walking along thinking, what is it, my eyesight? I can just see twinkling. It's just little bits of salt. You can see it there as well. Salt gems all in there. It's cool. Oh. Everywhere, literally everywhere.
It's really cool. In these old walls you can see the gem salt. Some of them literally just looks like ice, and that is really sharp. That is like a knife blade. And some of them look more crumbly, just like salt or sodium or something like that. But yeah, it literally looks like snow or ice. And on the rest of the landscape you can see all this white, and it looks like snow or ice, but it's actually the salt. Just check out the remnants of this old generator. I mean, that is a huge engine. And just look at what the weather has done to it. These brutal elements with the hot and cold, the sun on it. This is all rusting away. Amazing to see. So cool that they've left this here.
Like being my own little excavated salt mine. Awesome, you can just see the salt everywhere. It does look like snow, weirdly. Which is strange when it's this hot. Time to get back in the dusty kicks. And here we are at the Three Maries, or Tres Marias as they're known, and they have been formed by intense erosion processes, and they're made of clay, quartz, salt and gems, and they are over 1 million years old apparently. It's It's really useful. I love the information they give you here. It's really helpful to get us around here. You can do tours, and a lot of people like to cycle around, which I can imagine be so nice, although it's pretty hot today. But yeah, we're lucky enough to have a car and doing it at our leisure. But now we're going to go back the other way towards the entrance and then go around for the final viewpoint, which is really popular at sunset. But we're going to do it early because we're going to head off to our next destination. So yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, these are some interesting shaped rocks. There's quite a few along this valley as you drive to this viewpoint, but as you can see, these are definitely the most epic examples. Hence they're named, and it's got its own stop off. But as you can see over this way, you come to the end of the road and then you have to go back through Valle de La Luna the way we came.
And a big tour bus just turned up, so that's our cue to leave.
This direction, the road continues on into the park, and that's the bit that's blocked off. But just look at the size of that sand dune stretching all the way along there. And there you can see more of the Three Maria type rock formations. We've stopped off at a location just on our way to the final viewpoint, and marked on the map here is a place called Chulacao Caves, which is actually closed at the moment. There's quite a few places around Valle de La Luna that seem to be closed off at the moment. Obviously we're in low season, so that's probably got something to do with it. But we drove in on this main road from Calama to San Pedro the other night, which they've just carved through this amazing rock formation. This looks so much like Sabrada Fletchers, which we saw near Cafayate in Argentina. But would you just take a look at that? That looks so cool. Just wavy rocks all the way along. And you can see the way they've cut the road straight through it.
About a 15-minute drive from the main park entrance, and we're now at our final viewpoint, which is the Coyote stone viewpoint. There's actually two, but they link together, so you park at one. And this looks out over the whole Valle de La Luna. So yeah, beautiful way to end it. And also, I definitely think it's a benefit if you're going to come here to hire a car rather than a bike, because as lovely as it would be to cycle around, the distances are vast, and you'd also have to just not do this final section because it's completely separate from the park, but it's included in your ticket. So we're really glad that we've got a car because we just got to drive over here, and wow, this is stunning. So out of breath though, this altitude, whew, it gets you. Wow.
Maybe you can just see through the gap in the rocks, the road running through there. That's where we've just driven, and the road we were driving along yesterday, where we looked to our left and you could just see the dust storm blowing over these rocks. But you can just see how much calmer it is today, thankfully. And over there where that greenery is, that's San Pedro. And up there, we've got an epic view of the volcano from here. It's such a perfect, classically shaped volcano. And the peak of that is 6,000 meters above sea level. And it's still active. When we drove into San Pedro from Calama the other day, this main road along here actually takes you past the edge of this viewpoint for Valle de La Luna, or this section of Valle de La Luna. And there's actually a stop-off point over there that you can just see this for free. And I took some footage. I'll put some footage over the top of this so that you can see, because it actually looks more spectacular at sunset, and you get the shadows off of the edges of these rocks, and it looks really impressive. Obviously, with the weather, we've had to do this in the morning rather than the evening, which we were hoping to yesterday. It still looks absolutely stunning. If you come here, be very careful, because there's a little chain here, but this is a steep drop off. This chain basically acts as a tripwire, kind of. Maybe they want to knock some people off, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is spectacular. Again, it's crusty salt on the edge of the rocks there. But yeah, it is beautiful. And over in the distance, you can see across this vast plateau, and that's where we went to the salt lagoons yesterday, where we went for a swim.
And then got blasted with sand.
Man, I wish the weather was like this when we went to that salt lagoon yesterday, just floating. You know, the water's going to be beautiful and calm today. Yeah. It's a lot warmer.
How it was when we arrived yesterday was nice and calm, and then around 11:30 it just changed. We're really happy today when it got to that time and it didn't happen, because the last 2 days it's gone windy around that time of day, but yesterday was another level, as you saw.
Yeah, we don't want to tempt fate, but it's about 12:15 now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say any more, but we're just keeping our fingers crossed, because after this we've got a 2-hour drive to our next place and final place that we want to see today. So it's quite a long way. Like I said, it's a 2-hour drive south of San Pedro, but we're really looking forward to seeing it.
And hopefully catch a sunset there instead. Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed the adventures from the last couple of days. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned, because we've got the other parts of this San Pedro mini-series to come.
Despite the crazy weather yesterday, we are so happy that we managed to make it here to Valle de La Luna, and tomorrow we're going to make it to some serious high altitude, which we've been acclimating for the whole time we've been here, hopefully. So yeah, don't forget to tune in next week and check out what we do for the rest of our time here in San Pedro de Atacama. Thanks for watching.
Give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.